All right, you guys, we are here and we got a lot of updates for you guys. We have a lot of things to share with you. And I just want to say thank you to Mala because she has been doing so much homework. She has gathered so much information from this clear woman, this white woman. She's speaking out and she's saying that Carmelo Anthony is innocent. And I believe her. She has no reason to lie. Also, we're hearing that Jeff Metcalf, he's in trouble. Yeah, it's over for him. I had no idea the things that he was doing, and it's so gross. And to think that he's a Christian doing that stuff, I was like, whoa, this is worse than Diddy, you know? So Tamala, before we get started with the reviews, anything you have to say?
Yes, Gigi. I just want to say, hey, Chad, I'm glad y'all here. But I do want to say this. Every day, there's something new unfolding about this case. And my thing is, Gigi, before you show this, I did, it's a whole lot. You have to be careful what you say. And when I state this, I'm gonna have to say allegedly, okay? But this is not allegedly. This is public knowledge, okay? I'm gonna say this. Sarah Fields have went after Charleston White, Tiffany Billions, and Drew Anthony. She has went out after them and filed a declaration against them. Now, what I find so funny and what I find strange, Gigi, is that you are supposed to be investigating and that you were allegedly, you were in an interview with Mr. Metcalf. Okay? It didn't show your face, but Mr. Metcalf stated that Frisco ISD idiots dropped the damn ball, okay? I got to get it out there because this lady is trying to get a lawsuit, get, money off of different people. You're not doing your job. Because I sit here and I saw that video and you were whispering. If it wasn't you, allegedly, it was either her whispering or whoever was with her in the interview. But it sounded like a lady that was whispering. And I sent that to you and we played it one night on here. And I really do want an analyst to analyze that video and find out if it was a lady and how. Because see, if that's the case, it goes to show you that there were two videos and one was Photoshop. Okay? One of them was a made up video, probably by AI that they had made up. And they don't want to show the video and they had it sealed. Why would you have a video that can prove a child's innocent who was 17 when that happened? Why would you have a video that you wanted to be sealed? But you said yourself, Mr. Metcalf, it wasn't AI. It wasn't AI. Because it stated interview with Sarah Fields, okay? And it wasn't AI. And the thing is, you stated you're out of his own mouth. He stated, yes, Frisco ISD has the video, but we're going to keep it. We just giving them permission to let everybody see it. And those that view it has to be on a list, have to put their name on the list, okay, that they viewed it. But then he said they dropped the damn ball. They more or less, they fumbled the ball. That's what he said. That's exactly words. They fumbled the darn ball, the idiots, okay? He stated that. He also stated, and whoever, and y'all heard it yourselves. So I'm saying that's why they're hiding the video, because it would prove KARMELO didn't hurt anybody. And when they say Austin, brother Hunter was standing by, and did Hunter render aid? No, he did not. He did not render any aid. So they say he was under the tent. Now they got the tent in the bleachers, guys, okay? If that's where the tent was at the beginning, why did KARMELO ran up in the bleachers? Come on, tell me that, guys. Why did he run to the bleachers if the tent was already under the bleachers? See, it's so much contradiction and lies, and it's coming out because they chased him. If KARMELO Anthony was wrong, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. Why would you be in pursuit of somebody who ran away from the tent and into the bleachers? You said you wanted him to leave. So when y'all started manhandling him and roughed him up, he left, but y'all went in pursuit. Your brother Hunter, you go back to the interview, he stated, his brother grabbed the book bag from him, okay? From Anthony. So if you grab your book bag, Mr. Anthony book bag, just like the woman said earlier today, that's a charge in itself. That's a charge in itself. So I don't know why they keep on trying to make it seem like that these people are lying on them. I don't know why allegedly Miss Sarah Fields is coming out and trying to attack the family and people that are trying to get true justice. I don't believe Miss Field wants that boy to have true justice. And I'm going to say that myself, in my opinion. And this is my opinion because this is my amendment and I have freedom of speech. In my opinion, I don't believe she wants justice for this young man. I think she wants to buy into the lie that he is guilty. She knows. That's why I put it on every site that I can put it on. Watch the video. Listen for yourself, because the devil will drag you into hell. And that's what these people are trying to do, because that boy, KARMELO Anthony, he is innocent. He is so innocent. And they know it. This lady that she's getting ready to show the video of, you're going to hear. And guess what? You're going to also hear Mr. Willie D tell it about the daddy. See, people in the community are speaking out about the father. When I said the other night, the mother looked like she's been through abuse. Yes, she do. Yes, she do. If anybody has been around women who have been abused, you can look at her and tell she has been broken. Not broken by this incident that happened. And then again, if you go back to the interview with her and Hunter, she was getting ready to say something, but Hunter stopped her. Why would you stop your mother from telling something? Because you didn't want to tell her the truth. You didn't want her to tell the truth. Because you know you did not do nothing for your brother. So, Gigi, when you get through playing it, I just want the chat to have open eyes and ears and see for yourself. Don't be blindsided by everything that people are saying and hear the negative about this young man. Stand 10 toes hard for him, because that young black prince needs to be up out of that jail cell. That prison cell. He don't need to be there. They hate the fact. You know what it was? I'm going to tell you. I keep asking myself, And I'm asking, and I don't know if anybody has, if any of y'all in the chat, ask yourself the question is, okay, why was they so irritated with him about being under a tent? Why was they so irritated about this young man being under a tent? So it leaves me to believe that it wasn't about a tent. It leads me to believe that they felt like coaches and everything favored KARMELO. If you go back to what the daddy said, oh, y'all feel like he's this and he's that, and y'all worshiping him. He's anti-privilege this, and when have you got what is it? Some type of award he was saying, and I'm like, okay, so it's not about it wasn't about a tent. That wasn't the real argument that they had against that young man. It wasn't that. They came to start trouble. And the boy that they say somebody called him under there, yes, was Eddie. Eddie needs to be locked up. All of them that recounted their statement and perjured themselves needs to be locked up. Because at the end of the day, y'all perjury. Y'all told a lie. You didn't get confused. You're no child. You're not 5, 6, 4. I mean 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You come on now. And on under. No, y'all are going into manhood. 17 going into manhood. Okay. So therefore, you guys know what you stated. And you know those was lies. Because guess what? The bully of the town got to you. And Eddie, y'all was filming it. Y'all have the video. Just like Mr. Metcalf stated that they got the video and they were going to keep it. Who wants to keep a video where your child is beating up another child and got him in a chokehold? And it wasn't only one person that hit that young man. And when you hear this video from the lady, the older lady, you're going to know. I'm going to tell y'all, I don't care what y'all do or how y'all do it, but stay in prayer because God is hearing us. We have tried to help so many cases and bring awareness to so many. Gigi has brought cases up here after cases up after cases. But guess what? We can never get any clues, never get any answers. We got confusion after confusion after confusion after confusion. But guess what? God is speaking on this. He is speaking. They are revealing their hand every day. They are revealing their hand. And if you guys are listening to that woman, Miss Sarah Fields, stop listening to her. Stop listening to her. In my opinion, this is a demonic and monitoring spirit.
Let's be careful with that. If you say she going around doing striking, you know what I mean?
Yes, but I say in my opinion, Gigi, I have freedom of speech. I'm not saying that. That's in my opinion.
Right.
In my opinion, they can say, in my opinion, she's a monkey. Okay. But it's okay to say that, right?
No, it's not. It's not.
For them, it is.
But that's for them.
But they say it.
But rules are different for us and over here. You know that.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But I'm just saying, you guys stay away from the monitoring spirits, the monitoring and demonic spirits, because no. They want you to get so angry to the point where we lose focus. See, we're not going to lose focus. We're going to stay focused and we're going to stay on this case and we're going to be positive about it. We're going to move in peace, love, and unity. And regardless of the other black people that's saying what they saying, believe me, later on, they'll have to recount their statements too. Because let me tell you something, God ain't gonna play about his children. Go ahead, Gigi. Play your video, sweetheart. Sorry to take up so much of your time.
No, it's all right. You guys, let's get the likes up. Come on, let's get the likes up. All right, so let's bring some of these videos up. Let's start with the short clips. Let's start with the short clips first. Let's go over here.
Must see this video of this elderly white woman who was outside the court building, who claims that she was inside the court building and saw the video, and she has something much different to report than what we're hearing.
Never killed that child. He fell.
Yes.
He fell on him. It was the cleat. And he had that in his hand.
Yeah, the tool is like a little tool like this, like a screwdriver.
So he was innocent
Completely, because you're allowed to have that tool as a track athlete to tighten up the cleats.
Yeah. Okay, and he had it in his hand. And the other kid fell on mine.
You know,
I saw him. I saw him.
No, Didi, why not?
you want it.
You telling
I
me
saw
to
the
be
other kid trip.
You want
And
to
that's why I said he was innocent.
Gotcha.
That's why I've always said he's innocent.
So,
Now, people have brought up the fact is, what does this elderly white woman have to gain by lying about this, right? She says she was inside the courtroom. We need to verify that. Also, my question, why did KARMELO never take the stand in his own defense? Like, what was this defense team doing? What was Mike Howard and Toby Shook really doing to help KARMELO get off? A lot of this. Why were the black jurors waived? Why is there no transcript? Why are the only witnesses members of the track team? It's just, this is not adding up. There wasn't a single person who admitted that KARMELO lunged at the boys. So it just makes no sense. And the reason everybody is so upset is because literally 1 week earlier, Rick Chow gets off for shooting Cyrus Carmack Belton in the back, gets off for self-defense. And then when this self-defense happens to this young black man, nothing, gets the book thrown at him. I am always here to expose the truth behind the headlines on the front lines. Is Secret Service Sam out? Samson for president of the world. Secret Service Sam here, and you must see this video of this elderly white woman.
Tamala, your take?
I'm gonna be honest with you, GDG. I know, I believe in my heart that this old lady did see the video and she has no reason to lie, but people are gonna debunk this situation because they want this young man to be guilty. But let me tell you something, this old lady ain't gonna come forward with no lies, you know, because she's too old to be start lying and maybe, you know, you never know what can happen. You know what I'm saying? You being old, you could be end up being sick and being on your, you know, so I just don't believe it. I'm like Secret Service Sam. I don't believe it. I don't think she has no reason to lie. And my thing is, people, you know, be saying, well, why didn't these people come forward? But if you understand what the judge said, he left a lot of people out. He closed the courtroom to people who would have traveled, who was going to travel. That's why they were outside, because the Judge Roach did not want them in the courtroom. They knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. They shutted everybody out so everybody wouldn't be able to see exactly what they were going to do. Okay? Yes, that's what they did, and left it around among some of the local townspeople. Okay? And that was dead wrong, because normally a high profile case, you are able to go into a courtroom. You're able to go to the courtroom, even news media. Why would you not take a news media in there? You didn't even let the news media come in? No, Gigi, it was a setup. It's a whole setup. If you go back over some of the other Texas cases, you can see news media inside the courtroom. He did this. Judge Roach did this because he went along with the DA and everybody else. They all had a hand in it. And guess what? When they say that them people give, see, and go account got dismissed and closed out, and all of a sudden people wanted to know where their donated money at. It's in their pocket. Allegedly, that's how I feel. That's my opinion. It's in their pocket. And that's why that they wouldn't let these people in. That's why they didn't let. And Carmelo Anthony, he don't know nothing about criminal law, or he don't know nothing about, he's not a criminal. He never been in any trouble. So his lawyer probably said, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. We'll use it in appeal. I'm pretty sure that's what he told him. He sold him out. I'm pretty sure he did. It's a whole lot of kids.
If y'all want to know where we at, we on the east side. You got to go to YouTube and go to the East Side Porch Talk. The East Side Porch Talk. Go ahead, Tamala.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure that, Gigi, it's a whole lot of kids and it's a whole lot of adults have been sold out by attorneys, okay? Public defenders, which I call them public pretenders, because they're pretending to help somebody and really ain't trying to help them, but trying to get their own self, okay? Yes, that man should be disbarred. I don't know what his family doing, because people are attacking them behind the scenes while they saying they're attacking the Metcalf. No, they're attacking them behind the scenes like never before. Okay. So those people don't know nothing about criminal activities. They don't know nothing about that type of stuff. That's why they moved from New Orleans, to make sure their kids stay on the straight and narrow track and not get in trouble with any laws. So they came to Frisco to have a new life, to start over. So you mean to tell me I can't start over? You mean to tell me my kids that are doing good, never been in nobody's system, this system, anybody's system, not even from their home state system? And then here they come all the way out here and y'all put this together? That boy has been, you can't tell me that Austin and Hunter hasn't been bullying the whole community. You can't tell me that. I'm pretty sure there's whispers behind closed doors saying, this ain't right, but I can't speak out about it. I'm pretty sure there is. And then they say it's a race thing, or we making it a race thing. No, you making it a race thing when you put injustice to a child. When you do injustice to a child, you made it a race thing, because you don't want people to see the actual video. But you said it out of your own mouth, Mr. Jeff Metcalf. And that's why and I'm going to tell you another fact, Gigi. That's why Judge Roach gave him the gag order. When have they ever gave parents a gag order when their child has been unalived? When? You just going to start with Carmelo? That's why I know it's a whole lot of corruption here. And if any of the real law hear this, they need to go and clean that town up. Because corruption is all over this mess. And that judge allegedly has had problems with this type of stuff before. The prosecutor has had problems with some serious stuff, okay? He shouldn't even be prosecuting anybody. It's a whole lot of nasty, low down, dirty crap that's going on in that little town called Collins, okay? And they covered everything up. And like I said the other night, it reminds me of a movie that I watched, and it was so good. And I want to say it's Walking Tall, where this man this Caucasian man came to this corrupt town, and they were so corrupt that they was trying to mess with him because he was trying to get order in the town. But guess what? He used that big old club of a stick he had and got order in that town. He came fiercely and changed that town. And that's what they need to do with where Collins, Texas, where that stuff happened. Because they need to change and get order in that town. Because this got to stop. It's got to stop, Gigi. This got to stop. The railroading people. And then when you get on your people on their halfway on their sick bed and getting ready to go out the world, they want to eventually tell the truth just like they told it years later about the Emmett Till. The young boy was innocent. So many other ones. I can name it. Oscarville, Georgia, which is now Lake Lanier. Okay. So, I mean, I can go on and on. Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma, massacre, different things, but I'm just saying, it's got to stop. It's got to stop. And we got to take a stand. And we can't worry about money that we can't take to heaven or hell with us. We got to worry about the now. Yeah, I understand people need money to pay bills and go on trips or whatever they do, but that's unimportant. Somebody's life is at stake. And yes, it was an unfortunate accident. But if those boys wouldn't have pursued him after he ran away, if they wouldn't have pursued him, it never would have happened. You put the tent in the bleachers. I don't believe the tent was in the bleachers. I don't believe it. Because why would he run to the bleachers? If the tent was in the bleachers, I was already underneath the tent. So why would I run underneath the bleachers where the tent is already at? Don't make sense, Gigi. It don't make sense. I would have ran to the ball field and got out of there. So that's why I said it's a whole lot of lies and cover up. All right, Gigi.
All right, you heard her. All right, so let's go on to our next. And I want to let you guys know the link is at the top or in the chat if you guys want to come up here and say something. Maxwell said this lady is full of shit. Well, Maxwell, come up here and speak. I bet you're not going to hit that link. Come up here, Maxwell. Say what you got to say. All right, so let's move on here.
They come up, they surround them, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, It was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
so it's more than the twins that got some licks on.
Four.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter in the middle.
Okay. And
you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking, and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said,
"Why did it take 4 people to ask somebody to move?" I mean, you're just starting confrontation right there. You're provoking. Why does it take 4 people to get somebody to move? Really?
Absolutely. That's a question, Gigi. That's a question that I would like to ask the father if Lord's willing and this child get a new trial. And I would like to ask all that myself. I would like for his attorney to ask that. Why would it take 4 people? And then you guys say you wanted him up from under the tent. Well, then why pursue him? Why did you run when he ran to the bleachers? Why did you run to the bleachers? And allegedly, in my mind, Gigi, the tent in the bleachers was staged. That's me, my opinion. I don't know what the chat have to say about it, but in my opinion, I believe it was staged.
I want to continue to play more.
That I grabbed his bag.
Right.
That it's those four.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround him, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more than the twins that got some licks on.
Four.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter actually said that I grabbed his bag.
Right.
That it's those four.
Okay.
So they come up, they surround him, and this immediate moment of not even a few seconds of pause, then that's when they jump. And so
they actually did jump him.
Yeah, it wasn't just no touch. It wasn't just all that moment. Yeah, it was a push. It was all kind of things. But Austin pushed, Hunter hit, and then everybody swung. But at the same time,
So it's more than the twins that got some licks on.
Four.
So it showed that in the video.
Yes, in the video. So again, you got Hunter in the middle.
Okay.
And you have the light bright boy here, and you have the darker boy here.
Okay.
I think that's what I remember. So I have to go back and think about it. But that's where they were. One was going up and down while they were talking and kind of pushing or whatever he was doing. Austin and Hunter was in front. So where they're talking about grabbing bags, Hunter.
All right. So let's go here.
Killed that child. He fell.
Yes.
He fell on him. And the knife he had the knife in his hand.
Well, it wasn't a knife.
What was it?
It was a tool that they tighten up the track cleats with.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, so he never bought a knife.
Yeah, that's why I've always said he's innocent.
So the footage from the footage that you saw was Austin, Metcalf,
in the dust. This is the question that I have though. Why wasn't that video presented in court? And is it the true video? Because again, it's starkly different from the testimony given in the trial. Carmelo Anthony flew down those bleachers.
All right, what's up with it, y'all? So look, I'm back again with another video right now. Listen, I told y'all if y'all wanted these Carmelo thing on base.
Want to sit down?
Richard, can I hear my phone?
Yes.
Let me just talk to Richard.
Yeah, because I don't want you to fall.
Well, I'm not going to fall. I'm standing. I'm not going to fall. I'm not moving. I've got my legs on.
She say my legs still.
Say my legs
My legs are, well, they don't. But if I can sit down, I'll be happy.
Yes.
But anyhow, that's what I'm here for. And I was hoping the card is not out yet.
Right. We're probably going to get out around 6 o'clock.
That's what I thought. That's what they said. And we've got another hour. And I just want to, I'm not going to. What's your name? Kathy Taylor.
Thank y'all so much. And sir, thank you so much. Very much so. We thank y'all for standing and just.
He's not. Thank you. And, okay, so it was the cleat. And he had that in his hand.
Yeah, the tool is like a little tool like this, like a screwdriver.
So he was innocent
Completely, because you're allowed to have that tool as a track athlete to tighten up the cleats.
Yeah. Okay, and he had it in his hand. And the other kids fell on that. I do too, but
I can say fell on it. But if we're being completely honest, with four guys like wailing on you, and they're overpowering, you know.
I saw him. I saw him. No.
Oh, you want it.
You said I saw the other kid trip. You the one. And that's why I said.
My name is Shayna, and I'm the CEO of Baskin Lather Co. I'm also a licensed nurse practitioner. Baskin Lather Co.
All right. What do you guys think about all that?
Gotcha.
That's why I've always said he was innocent.
So the footage from the footage that you saw was Austin Metcalf actually falling on the object. Now, at what point of the video, like how long into the video before he actually fell on it?
He went over there to confront him.
Exactly.
He pulled out that thing to protect himself, and the other kid, the white kid.
Do you mind if I record?
I don't care, but
Okay, now that you've seen what she had to say, I want to know y'all honest thoughts and opinions. Does it change your perspective on things? Do you feel like she's telling the truth, or do you think that, like, you know?
All right, that's a good question. Press 3 if you guys think she's telling the truth. Press 4 if you think she's lying.
Video of Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony, and they're going to speak to that. They're going to speak to exactly what they saw when they introduced their public information request. And I think that you're not going to be surprised by what they saw, but we want to make sure that we get this information out to the public. So we'll start with T. Sturdy.
My name is actually Tony Sturdivant. Again, I was one of the ones that saw the video. It's kind of bewildering that it doesn't align with the testimony that was presented. What I saw in the video was four. Keep your voice up. What I saw in the video was actually more than 4 kids. There were 6 kids.
Can you hold it? We can hold it. Okay. Yep. Hold it.
Yeah. There were actually 6 kids that walked up in the stadium. 2 splintered off. 4 went directly to Carmelo Anthony. And there was a brief conversation.
You're going to start over, sorry.
All right. Start over?
Yeah. Let's clean it. Start from the beginning. Keep your voice up.
All right. Yeah, so again, my name is Tony Sturdivant. I was one of the individuals that put in a FOIA request to see the video. What I saw was starkly different from the testimony that I heard given in the trial. There were 6 kids that walked up, 2 splintered off. I guess that part of was introduced in the trial where they went to deflect the coach. The other 4 walked directly to Carmelo Anthony. There was a brief conversation, I say maybe 20, 30 seconds. And from there, a scuffle ensued. It didn't last long. Carmelo backed out the back of the canopy. He looked one way, looked to the left, and flew down those bleachers. Now, this is the video that was presented to us. This is the questions that I have, though. Why wasn't that video presented in court? And is it the true video? Because, again, it's starkly different from the testimony given in the trial. Carmelo Anthony flew down those bleachers, fell at the bottom of the bleachers, got up, took off. It was maybe 2 or 3 kids that you can see kind of give chase, but Carmelo was gone, so they weren't even going to put a finger on him and touch him. Again, there was a scuffle that ensued at the top of the bleachers, and Carmelo got it there. But I don't know why that was not brought up in court. I don't know why that was shown. I don't know if the ISD gave us a bogus ass video. I don't know, but that's what I saw.
Hello, everybody. I'm an advocate for Carmelo Anthony. My name is T. And when I went to see the video, they ask if you want to see it from either 2 minutes before the stabbing or 11 minutes before. So I chose 11 minutes. From the moment she pressed play, Carmelo Anthony was already sitting up underneath that canopy. And he was sitting there for at least 8 to 9.5 minutes. You see, well, I saw a boy in a black hoodie go over to him first, and then they left out of the tent. And then you see coming across the field was another 6 boys. When they got to the bleachers, one, he went out of frame, and the other one sat at the bottom. But the remaining 4, they went directly to Carmelo Anthony. And like T said before, it was a brief conversation, and then all you see is commotion. And we know from the interviews that Hunter did, we know that Hunter was, in fact, up underneath that tent. The next thing you see, you can see Carmelo in the midst of them assaulting him. You can see Carmelo trying to back out, but he gets pulled back forward. The next thing you see is Carmelo, he comes shooting out the back, but he's still not standing. And he had to like kind of crab crawl backwards, and he had to like jerk away from them because they still had a hold of his hoodie. He goes up a couple bleachers and he's looking around for which way to go. He runs diagonally down the bleachers and then he falls. At the time of him falling, that's when I noticed another 3 boys coming down the bleachers chasing after him. But once Carmelo got up, he took off. You didn't see him for the rest of the video.
So are all these people lying to Mala? What's really going on? I'm so lost.
Gigi, I just think that a lot of them that saw the video, they're not lying. Everybody, that's just like if me and you, we all have a different account of what we saw, but it's always the same, but we all seeing it a little bit, just a tad bit different, but it's all the same. Because just like she said, she saw them coming up to the young man, said the same thing. But Gigi, my thing is the old lady, even if you go back to the video where Jeff Metcalf was being interviewed by Miss Sarah Fields, you seen that video yourself. So he said there is a video. Okay? He said, but we're gonna keep it. He said Frisco ISD has the video, but we gave them permission. They gave them permission to show people the video. It wasn't supposed to be shown to the kid. He stated that, and the one of the advocates or whatever they call it. It wasn't supposed to be there, and that's supposed to be Mr. Dwayne. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be shown to him. All right, and that's why he said the damn idiots dropped the ball. If you play that back, it'll let you know everything that these people are saying is absolutely correct. Because why would you say them dang idiots dropped the ball? Only time you say somebody dropped the ball or fumbled the ball is when you do something all the way wrong. Okay? So at the end of the day, Metcalf said it himself. And that's why we heard the whispering. I don't know if it was Miss Sarah, because we couldn't see who it was, but it was somebody there that was whispering and coaching him. And Sarah Fields knows this. And why would she hold this evidence if you're trying to help both sides of the family? Because making racial division is not helping anyone. It's making matters worse. So that's why I don't feel like this woman is doing it for a good purpose. I don't think she's doing it for the Metcalf good purpose, and I don't think she's doing it for I know she's not doing it for Carmelo's for the best interest of him. I know that. I feel that in my heart. But like I said, you cannot retract. Because I'm going to tell you something. I went back to try to find the original video that this started. I went all the way back. Couldn't find it. It seemed like I found everything else of him sitting in that chair. But it was like it was shot. It was like they cut that too. To cut it out. But see, what they failed to realize, Gigi, when they cut it, people have already caught it. Several people have already caught this. Not even, it probably be more than just several. But I know a few have already caught this. And they saying the same thing that I'm saying. And these people live in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, Converse. And Converse is a small town too. They live in Pulaski, Texas. I think it's Pulaski, Texas. I have talked to them and they saying the same thing. It's not adding up. It's not adding up. And it's not adding up. And that's why I said she knows the truth. Instead of concealing the truth, yeah, that's what happened. And that now they're concealing the video. See, they're concealing the video. They don't want people to see the video anymore. So they went to another judge and had it done. Ain't that crazy piece of work? If your child is innocent, you don't have to do all that. If both of your sons is innocent, you don't have to, because guess what? If it proves that KARMELO Anthony was being harassed, bullied by them, it shows a hate crime. It's not only shows a hate crime, Gigi, but it also can bring charges against all those that were involved. And to flip the coin, they will be in court. And then the Anthonys will be eating off of their plate. So that's why they don't want that out there. That's why. And the mama knows. That's why she ain't came forward to really say anything. She knows the truth. And I think she was going to say the truth. But Hunter didn't want her to say it. And he stopped her. See, that's another interview that's strange to me. When he's sitting up there talking. And he said what he said. So if you saying that your brother took that boy's book bag, then that right there showed that y'all was harassing him. And Eddie, your day is coming, bruh. You the one set him up, and your day is coming. Go ahead, Gigi.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, Gigi. Excuse me. I had just, it's a lady in the chat. It's a lady in the chat or a gentleman. I don't know, but it says, I am that somebody. They have a, they said, I have a CBS report. They have the CBS report of what another person has said. And it's similar to the same thing that these people are saying. And this happened, she said this happened in 2025, approximately June of 2025. So it goes back, and I told her to hit the link. I don't know if she sees the link or he or she sees the link, but I told them to hit the link so they can come up. But it shows, Gigi, that these people are still just covering up everything. They're covering up. And it's really sad. It's really sad that this young man is not getting a fair shake.
All right. You guys get the likes up. Feel free to hit that link and come up here.
Hunter holding his brother. At no point in that video do you see those boys ever going back to the tent and sitting down. That was all a lie. And I also have questions. I don't know how the defense did not play that video. Because when you see that video, it was self-defense. KARMELO was only 5'8", 130 something pounds, and Austin and Hunter Metcalf were 6'1", 220 something pounds. So for people to say that he should have used his hands, people can die from fights, from people using their hands. And that's all I'm going to say for right now.
So I want to say that this press conference is for people who saw the video, because we want to make sure that we get that information out there. The other thing is that we have noticed major disparity.
Well, they put the information out there, but I don't know if it's really doing anything much. But let's go to Willie D.
In a recent video, he went on like a 3-hour diatribe, disrespecting the entire Black universe. Oh man. Oh yeah, this dude, he talked about Black people like a dog. Yeah, he was all of that talk about not having fathers in the home. 78% of us don't have a father in the home. While at the same time, Jeff wasn't even in the home. Yeah. See, Jeff and Austin's mother, they're not together. They live under different roofs. So once again, it's the pot calling the kettle black. Yeah, you know, it's amazing how they do that. The projecting, you know, it's amazing. I really think that deep down inside, it really hurts them that they have to be the way that they are. And when they see somebody else doing it, it really, really upsets them because they know that it's wrong fundamentally. But at the same time, they don't necessarily see people doing wrong. They just project because it's something deep down inside of them. It's a pain that can't be explained.
Listen, what if you can start a profitable online business?
He said it's a pain that can't be explained. Is he going to actually talk about what happened in that allegations?
Oh yeah, you're gonna hear a little bit that explains why.
Can you just tell us what's going on? What are the allegations?
Well, this is what he was saying, that the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Mr. Metcalf, Jeff Metcalf, he spoke with some people, and they informed him that Jeff Metcalf has been abusing the mother.
What?
So
abusing her how?
Abusing her, physically abusing her. Physically, you know, hitting
her head.
Yes. So, yeah, of course. That's why they were separated. The woman couldn't take anymore.
Is that where the kids get their violent temper from?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It has, Gigi, if I see you as my father thumping on my mother, but I can't fight you, but I'm so angry. I'm angry at the first people come along, and that's that black boy. You angry. So you get your friends to help you set him up. And you go and you do this. Yes. That's what, you know, the daddy ain't really, that's why if you go back over when it first happened and all that, and then when you go back and hear what the daddy said, oh, I tried to pray with them. But why would I pray with somebody that I feel is demonic? My mother always said, you can't let everybody pray for you and everybody shake your hand, because everybody's spirit ain't the same. So if the little town know this, you pretty sure, aren't you? I'm pretty sure they got wind of it and didn't want to invite him over to their house. You don't invite a demon to your house. That man wanted to get in there, gain access to their house, their home. He didn't go there to want to pray. No, he did not. He wanted to see what they had in their home. And he was envy of that, because they don't think we deserve to have anything, no matter how hard that father worked for what he wanted. People are saying bad things about Anthony, Drew Anthony. Why? Why? That man never been in no criminal system. He don't know how to go about things. They just took somebody's word, says get him, he good. He was once this and once that. Not knowing that just because he's that, he ain't gonna be that defense for them. They didn't know that. And then they said, well, if I was him, if it comes to my kids, I'm gonna have to go to prison and jail. Really? Then who be out here to take care of your kids? Grandma, make it sound dumb. You make it sound real dumb, because what they need to do is what they doing now, fighting back like they're fighting. They don't have to take a stance and be valid and go upside somebody's head. No, they don't have to do that. That's not a weak man. A strong man knows how to hold his ground and hold his peace. Because that's what Martin Luther King did. He held his peace. He said what he had to say, but you never once seen him in the street causing a brawl. And this young and this father, he don't have to do that. He don't have to prove nothing. And then they said, why didn't KARMELO take the stand in his defense? You asking a child that don't even know nothing about the system. So he thinking, okay, I'm gonna listen to my lawyer. Not knowing that the lawyer is selling him out. It happens every day. Somebody's child is getting railroaded. So this young man, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. And then the one witness that do know what to do, Hunter Metcalf, the one witness that saw his brother supposedly and allegedly being hurt, never took the stand. And you wonder why? Let me tell you something. If somebody was to do something to me or one of my friends or somebody that I know of or affiliate with in some type of way, you think I'm not going to take that stand and say what I saw? But when you don't take the stand, it don't look like guilt for you. But when he didn't take the stand, it looked like guilt. No, sir. No, sir. He didn't take that stand because just like the daddy fumbled the ball, keep talking and talked himself up with the truth, that's the same way the son would have did. And that's why they didn't let him take the stand, because he would have told the truth on them and themselves, the rest of them. Like the daddy did about Frisco ISD. Yes, the judge, all of them, because he once you know the ISD is involved, you know the rest of them is involved. When he said, make the statement, I want to keep the video. But we gave him permission to show it to everybody. So there it goes again. They want to show. They want to show. What is this about people wanting to show people being unalived in a circle of your friends? This is the second case we making awareness of, and similar thing as far as wanting to put photos and different things in it where people can view. That's not cute. That's not funny. And you wonder why kids going around fighting and people going to restaurants and fighting and viewing it. Oh, wow. And this man want to keep the video. Your own child got unalived. Who wants to keep that type of video? That's why I said, Gigi, the way they were on him, and I'm going to say this, the way they were on him, the way they were attacking him, there's no way he could have got that type of poke out. That type of poke, Gigi, that pierce a heart, that's a heavy poke. That's not an easy poke. And for that little instrument to be 2 to 3 inches, and it wasn't illegal to have, that lets me know again that all this against this young man is lies, 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 lies. They want this young man who got 20 plus scholarships. 20 plus scholarships, y'all. Who has never had a record, never did violence, don't have no criminal activity whatsoever. Been a good model child for his family. Saved lives. And that person wasn't a Black person that he saved their life. And you mad. You mad because this child does something that you want your children to do, your boys to do. So you call his father out. Oh, he's just a coward. Yeah, you want to pick fights. Because guess what? They don't do what you and your children do. That's what it's all. It's all jealousy. It's all jealousy and hate. Because this young man was going somewhere. People talking about, oh, Austin then was going somewhere. Well, haven't anybody talked about how many scholarships? They only talked about one thing. But they never said anybody was picking him up for a football team. No. This boy was going somewhere. You heard what he said? Well, I never heard nobody get a participation trophy. Oh, where they do that at? This came from Mr. Metcalf's mouth, the horse's mouth. So that lets you know what it is. It had nothing to do with no tent. If it was about the tent when he ran away from y'all, to get away from y'all, why would you go into pursuit? Why did you pursue this young man? All I can say, if the Anthony family is hearing us and looking at this, all I can say is once you get your son, sir and ma'am, out of this system, leave. Leave. It's not about standing your ground to the point where you're letting somebody run over you or your family, but you got to keep your family safe. Where there is more of us, you can do more. You may not think you can because different places we live in have violence going on. But guess what? Some places we live in don't have it. You just got to do your right research. Because this is not it. I'm hurting for this young man because this is not it. Gigi, it's your channel, baby. Go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to continue to play a little bit more.
Display. His anger required management. Like his anger requires management. Otherwise, he's going to hurt himself or somebody else going to hurt him. Because he has a really, really horrible attitude. Now, I get that his son died. People die every day. All of us have family members who are deceased. But it did not give any of us the right to arbitrarily hop online and air out an entire culture of people. It does not give us an excuse to be wicked, to disparage others, especially if somebody haven't done anything to you wrong directly. This dude was going into talking about slavery, DEI, talking about Black family nucleus, how divided it is, and he's talking about what was he talking about? I mean, he pretty much covered everything, fam. Civil rights. He don't like nothing that has benefited Black people. He couldn't think of anything good to say about Black people. I mean, like he just put everybody in one pot and said, this is what it is. It is absolutely amazing when people like him talk.
If you've been thinking about getting Pocket, this is your last chance to save 45%.
All right.
At the tap of a button.
They tend to generalize Black people. They group all Black people into one pile as a monolith. And they say, this is who you are. They take the worst, and we do have some worst. They take the worst in our society, in Black society, and they hold it up as an example of who we are collectively. And then they take the best in white society and hold it up as to who they are collectively. And even the worst of the worst in white society try to jump on the bandwagon of those who are in real life, polite white society, good white people. They try to ride their coattails. But they also try to ride the coattails of white people who have power, access, influence, money. We know for a fact that that does not apply to all white people. But it's kind of like the people who move to New York, they're not from New York, but they jump on the bandwagon because they know that New York has a historical reputation for being trendsetters, you know, a leading city, right? So they claim New York when they're really not from New York, but they claim it. They can mix in well, and you wouldn't know because sometimes they've been there in New York so long, they kind of just adjust. So.
All right, I'm going to stop right there because he's really not focusing on what he did. So the new allegations that people are saying is he was putting pause on his wife at the time. Any other allegations that you know of, Tamala?
No, Gigi. I just know that he drinks a lot, and I don't know if and that was before. Some tried to say he drank because of what happened to his son. No, this has been going on and on. Like I said, when the young lady came out with Hunter, and she was standing up there, and you didn't see the dad too much, but she was standing there, and you can tell she was so vague, and she looked like her body language shows that she was a victim of abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And with that situation, I'm pretty sure she know deep in her heart that that's why our son left this world. Because like I said, it started with his father. It ended with him. The things that he taught them, the things that they saw. The kids to this day, if they even little kids, if they see their dad hitting on their mama, they get to hitting the mama too. Some of them do. I done seen it happen. I'd be like, no, you ain't gonna hit your mama. I don't care who child you are. So it's sad. It's sad. It's the same way if you see kids cussing, they see their parents cuss, then they end up cussing. And then they get to cussing, grown folks out. Little children can't even say their ABCs yet, but they won't. So, like I said, if it starts at home, good training starts at home. And that's what he didn't like. That's what Mr. Metcalf didn't like. He felt like if you go back over some of the interviews that he had, and if you go back over to things that he said, up until when it happened, up until now, you go back over and listen. He felt like that KARMELO was privileged. He felt like that you heard what he said, entitled. And who gives someone a what did he say, a trophy for being participating or something like that? He said he never heard of such. So, okay, this is things that he pointed out. And Willie D state that all too well. He pointed out these things that he don't like about the Anthony's child and our people. Now, what do food stamps and all that stuff have to do with us? Well, not us, but a case. This young man's case. That has nothing to do with this young man's case. Just like they said, oh, he made the statement, oh, they sitting up in a big old house and you wanted him to have a gated community. Now he has a gated community. What is that to say? So it leads me to say once again, your son heard you saying these things about that young boy. And you probably told them, sitting at the table or wherever, when you got drunk, why couldn't y'all just be like the Anthony child? I'm pretty sure they got that. I'm pretty sure they heard that. I'm pretty sure they done heard a whole lot. Oh, this boy, he's being great. The coaches like him. Everybody like him. But look at y'all. Look at you. I'm pretty sure that's what they got. You see it every day on First 48. You see it every day on all these other crime shows. You see it every day on Lifetime. The same type of stuff. Father beating down their child. Want them to be like the next child, but instead of being themselves, accepting them for who they are, and look at them trying and they're doing their best within their own strength. They don't have to be like anybody else. But that's what he wanted. I'm pretty sure he beating them down. And so to the point where they envied the boy. Everybody else started envying the boy. Yeah, they all heard it. What y'all gonna do? What you gonna do about that KARMELO Anthony boy? Oh, y'all just gonna sit there and let him outdo y'all? I can hear it. I can hear it. Probably call him every name except the child of God. Because you see how he go in on us when he get a little tipsy. See, that's why they call that drink the spirit. That's why everybody can't drink it, because everybody don't know how to be responsible when they drink, and they call it the spirit. Because when it gets in somebody, it's some people's spirit, they go ballistic. Then they want to go into promote violence. Yeah. You got it, Gigi.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up right now. Do you have any last words, Samala?
I just like to say, let's keep the prayers up. Y'all are seeing the truth unravel. Don't be shocked at what you see. Just ask God to keep revealing it. Because at the end of the day, if it was your child, think about it. Not about the incident, but think about it. Really sit at the table and think about it. Put what happened aside to Austin and just think about it. If it was my child and I had 4 big boys, 200 and some pounds, okay, coming towards my child, how would I react? How would I react? How would I feel? Because I'm pretty sure you guys will feel just like KARMELO. That boy was afraid. He was afraid, y'all. Let's be real about it. He was afraid. He felt like It's either me or them. He was afraid. He was already in a chokehold, beat it. You know, they doctored up with they just shoved him. They just pushed him. But a push don't give you a black eye. A push don't put you in no chokehold. A push don't chase you down. When you asked me to leave your tent, and when I finally get in a confrontation with you guys, I leave the tent and I run to the bleachers for safety, and you come there. It's wrong, y'all. I don't care how you look at it and how you want to put it in your mind, because the Metcalf said it happened the way they said. People lie every day. Take the Emmett Till case. They lied until they was on their deathbed, 90-some years old, 80-some years old, getting ready to meet their maker. Then now everybody want to tell the truth. But that kid lost his life. And didn't nobody, and they hold the truth that long. That long. We don't want them to hold that truth that long with Anthony KARMELO. We want that black young prince who has them 20 plus scholarships. We want to see him in school. We want to see him make it where God has designed for him. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans that I think towards Carmelo Anthony, plans to prosper him and not to harm him, but to give him hope in a future. God said that, not me. And that's what they try to do, take that from him. He didn't get those skills. God blessed him with those skills, like he blessed all of us with ours. Just like I tell Gigi on this panel, this is your blessing. This is not my blessing. But if you ever need me to come up and say some things, I'll be willing to come up. I'm not looking for no money. I'm not looking for nothing from this channel. All I'm looking is to help bring attention to a lot of things. So when y'all sit tonight and y'all go back over these videos and stuff and you see what was said, just be honest in your opinion and put it in the comment. Because I go back and look at it. So do Gigi when she got time. We go back and look at it because this is not fair to this young man. This is not fair. That's it, Gigi. And good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. See you guys next time. Thank you, Tamala.
All right, Gigi, you have a wonderful night.
All right.